So I was just taking me daily caning like a right guck when my girlfriend put the shoehorn away and turned on the BBC News.
Now, Johnny Depp, the Hollywood actor, has appeared in court in Virginia on the 5th day of the defamation case he brought against his ex-wife, Amber Heard. The lawsuit centres on an article Ms. Heard wrote for the Washington Post in which she described herself as a victim of domestic violence. David Sillito was in court.
Apparently some bird in a fish film was suing Edward Scissorhands for beating her up, but he claims she was the one what done all the beating. And after watching the trial unfold, I don't know what the heck to believe. But here's 8 things what I did learn from Amber about the state of modern relationships, and also some lessons we might all be able to apply from following her glorious example. So let's get down to the nitty gritty. She teaches us the importance of selecting the right mate. Well, that is to say, when choosing a target to seduce when partaking in a bit of harmless gold digging, always choose the most sensitive and kind-hearted guy you can find. The sort who are introverted and artistic and like to keep mostly to themselves, because they seem to be the easiest ones to dupe into thinking you're not a complete toxic nutcase. But pro tip, the best types to pursue are the ones who dress up as Captain Jack Sparrow and go around children's hospitals entertaining the kiddies with cancer. They sound like just the toxic masculine types who deserve to be ruined and who totally have it coming. If that's your kind of thing, of course. She teaches us that defecating on your partner's side of the bed is a great way to signal your discontentment with the way the relationship is going. A highly efficient tactic that requires no extra effort or cost. Unless you're a bit bunged up and find the cost of grapes have gone through the roof, then you're going to have to put in a little extra effort after all. But regardless, our gal Amber has proved that dropping a steaming douche next to your boyfriend's head is totally effective at sending a message. Although careful not to do it too often, lest he develops a fetish for the stuff. It's also useful to get the lazy get out of bed before 11 AM. And if he heads straight over to the Xbox for a morning game of FIFA, it's time to gulp down that prune juice and get back to work, son. She teaches us that playing the victim is a crucial skill to master for ladies these days, and will 9 times out of 10 get them everything they need to stick it to the man, especially if you rough up your hair a little bit and get good at gaslighting your opponent, partner. She teaches us that there's always such a thing as toxic masculinity, but totally no such thing as toxic femininity.
Have you drunk this whole thing this morning?
Oh, you got this going? You got this going?
I just started it.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Really?
Because being the female in an abusive relationship instantly gives you credibility privilege, whilst being the man gets you all your job offers rescinded and blacklisted in the industry you've worked for over 30 to 40 years, based on one dodgy allegation alone. Which seems fair enough, to be honest. I mean, it's not like we can take the risk of assuming the man is innocent until proven guilty and thereby being automatically sceptical of the female accuser anymore. I mean, it's not like the women ever lie or exaggerate to wield such gender privilege for political power or financial gain. And at the end of the day, we were told to believe women. And if Hillary Clinton said it, it must be true, right? Amber also shows us the value of upskilling. If you're already decent at making yourself look presentable, then taking a few e-courses or watching some YouTube videos on how to improve your makeup game is now bloody crucial. Because if your partner can't give you the black eyes you need to utterly destroy their life and extract some sweet, sweet dough out of them upon divorce, you need to give them buggers to yourself. And equally, if you suck at putting on the slap, you need to nut up and whack a real slap on yourself. Courses on self-abuse are available at juicysmollett.com. Always secretly record yourself telling your partner no one will believe him because he's a man after you lob a few wine bottles at his stupid face. In a time of limited attention spans, it's good to film your spousal abuse for posterity and future nostalgia, as well as to grab a few million likes on the TikTok. See, modern relationships are messy, but camera evidence is clear and a great way to improve yourself. Especially if you notice how crap your throwing game is, and you realise you need to practice your fielding technique by chucking more breakable household items at your partner's ugly mug.
Screaming over the phone. She screamed at me once in person. Barrages of abusive text messages between 2 and 4 a.m. The barrage would start. Her poor sister was treated like the dog that you kick, basically. Put her face approximately 4 inches from my face. She was spitting in my face and telling me how dare I ask for the salary I was asking for, which was in fact approximately half of my regular annual salary.
As Miss Heard reminds us, always treat everyone else around you like shit, so that when you come to rely on their support in court, you can depend on them to testify against you, which then gives you the trump card you need to pretend like the whole world is against you, and you can then play the ultimate victim for the jury. It's called 5D chess, motherfuckers. Get with the program already. Alas, if there's one lesson we can take from Mrs. Heard's cautionary tale for modern unions, it's that the fake it till you make it mentality is not healthy, nor is it always helpful to prolong a struggling and toxic relationship, especially if it's being done with one's career goals in mind. As Amber has unfortunately demonstrated, getting your tits out may catapult you into Hollywood and get you a decent ranking on MrSkin.com, but it doesn't actually mean you're instantly up there with rising stars like Jason Momoa and Zendaya. Those two got roles in serious productions via the strength of their genuine talent alone. Although Momoa did get his tits out in almost every movie and show he's ever been involved with, but to be fair, the geezer does most of his acting through his perky pecs.
Wait, these? If they were a gift!
But regardless, once you realise that whatever limited talent you add has taken you as far as it can go, you always need love to fall back on. So maybe it's not the best idea to cut your partner's fingers off or shit in their bed after all. If you're unhappy in a relationship, maybe just leave. You don't need to have a narcissistic personality disorder to effectively abuse and gaslight your partner. But it fucking helps!
That's what I do.
Because when you accuse a bloke of smacking you around and then present yourself as a, quote, public figure representing domestic abuse in a national newspaper shortly after, having a disability card to fall back on when the court hilariously exposes all your lies with audio footage will be the only safety net you have left when your reputation lies in tatters and your career is as done as a donut. So there you go. There's 8 lessons we can take from Amber Turd. Heard. And apply to our own relationships in a time of post-modernity. And I don't know about you, but personally I'm not sure about the whole plopping him in Mrs. bed thing. I mean, I bought a dog last week specifically to follow Amber's technique, but my girlfriend Susan didn't buy that Mr. Bubbles was the one what did the dumping, and straight up told me that, quote, no dogs do shits this large and offensive, and there's a fucking Greggs wrapper sticking out the scat, which I'm pretty sure are toxic to dogs anyway. So nice try, dickhead. Now clear this shit up, and if you crap in this bed again, I'm going to sew your bumhole up in your sleep and you'll be shitting through your Jap's eye for a fucking week. Man, modern relationships are hard, bro.
That's what I do.
Now if you like it, you press the like it. Wanna subscribe it, you press subscribe it. It's cooking simple,